We are talking to Gokul Kurnath, who is trying to organize various Hindu organizations politically for defined causes that were very pertinent to the Hindus. So, Gokul, first thing I should I probably put up in a bit of a challenging position that Hindus are not known to be politically united because there are different spectrum of Hinduism. So, how you are working and bringing together?
That's right. When we formed U.S. Hindu Alliance, the idea was to bring people from different countries.
Even the different diasporas of Hindus?
Hindus from Nepal, India, from Africa. Hindus have come from many countries, not just from India. And there are people who are Hindus.
So when you say America. Hindu, by Hindu, what do you mean? I mean, what is your definition of Hindu? Who is a Hindu by your definition?
Well, Hindus, we have a very broad and inclusive definition of the word Hindu. Anyone who believes in any of the spiritual ideas that was born in the Holy Land of India, we consider that person
So in your
Hindu.
sense, even you consider the Jainas and Buddhists also to be the part of the whole Hindu umbrella?
Yes.
So in a way, you're saying that anybody who believes in Eastern philosophy that originated from India, you...
Yes, anyone who believes in... there are some additional, I would say, basis for identifying
Now,
Hindus.
coming down to the politics, and recently because of the Hindu-Christian riot in southern states and over the history in last 10 years, the political Hinduism has not been very popular in United States because of the negative connotation it has received in different mainstream American media.
Yes.
So how you are fighting for that?
Well, Hindus in the United States are facing different set of issues and challenges, and we have primarily addressed them.
Okay, can you tell me some of the challenges and problems?
Yes, if you recall, when 9/11 happened, there was representation from the Jewish, the Muslim, and the Christian community, and we have no representation from Hindus. So we were not acknowledged. Similarly,
no, but I'm asking about the serious real-life problem, which are more pertinent. I mean, I understand I was there also in the street of 9/11, and it shows that political unity. So that's an issue, but not a problem. So, but tell me, what are the political problem of the Hindus they're facing in the United States? Because if you look at socioeconomically, they have been doing much better than even Jews in the United States.
Yes. Some of the issues that we are facing in the U.S. is the wrong information that is being fed to schools, to media about Hindus.
Can you speak about some of the wrong information?
Yes, like for example, in the University of Chicago, there is a professor who has written several books on Hinduism, which are...
What is the name of professor?
Her name is Dr. Denninger, I believe.
And what is the exact criticism that
she has written about many scriptures, Hindu scriptures, although she is not even qualified. Wendy Doniger, I'm sorry, that is her name, Dr. Wendy Doniger. She has written books even without having a elementary knowledge of Sanskrit. And many American Sanskrit scholars also have repudiated her conclusions in those books. And these are very outrageous views that she has presented. It doesn't portray Hindus in the right light, and these are things that we need to be aware of.
But you said that you are giving an intellectual response to it. If something has done something which is intellectually not good, but you can always intellectually respond to them, right? I mean,
yes, not only intellectually, but we need to. For example, there are situations where those who denied the Holocaust ever happened. Is not merely
that was a political response also.
Yeah, it was not a merely.
So you said that there is
response.
a political response behind that kind of denigration?
Yeah, we need to respond in multiple ways, not just intellectually, which is also important.
But coming down to that, can you tell any kind of other critical problem that Hindus face in this country?
Well, in the media, for example, there CNN had projected this word called Hindu terrorism. Hindus as a population has never subscribed to any form of terrorism. Hindus never advocated violence or terrorism like many other groups have done. And this was taken up with CNN, and we hope that they would stop portraying the Hindus.
I mean, I agree with you that Hinduism does not support radicalism. I also agree with you that Hinduism does not support terrorism. But how could you say that Hinduism do not support let's say, a right to resist violently? I mean, that's what the Gita is all about, right? Because Krishna says that being pacifist is not a good way.
Yes, the right to respond to violent acts by others belongs to the army, the police, and in the absence of those, yes, in every country there is a law to protect your own self, and that's your duty, and Hindus also respect that duty. But terrorism is a wholly different type of violence. The idea of terrorists is to create terror, and even from very ancient days, we have always believed that violence, even for rightful purpose, cannot be perpetrated on innocent people. That is correct. The basis for terrorism, and no Hindu is going to support any kind of terrorism. And so when we have to confront a phrase like Hindu terrorism, it portrays us in a bad light, and we need to educate the public about it, including the media.
And how you are doing that?
Well, we have talked to CNN, and we are trying to make sure that CNN understand the mistake they have made. There is no.
But you see that is true. But you see, there is a rise of extremist Hindu radicals as a response to the Islamic radicalism. I mean, there are many Hindus who lost faith on the fact that we'll be able to resist the rising of the Islamism or militant Islamism peacefully, because they've been battered left and right.
Terrorism cannot be defeated by a terrorist response. Terrorism can only be destroyed and contained by intelligent and thoughtful responses. And as a whole, the Hindu populations, wherever they are, they have never supported any kind of terrorist activities. Now, I want to revert back to the previous question, how we are responding to it. CNN, we are working with them so that they can educate the world that Hindus in general do not believe in terrorism, which is the kind of conclusion some people could have come.
But don't you think that the killing of Mahatma Gandhi sent a very wrong signal? Because that was one of the evidence, I guess, that a lot of anti-Hindu lobbies have always used to portray that Hindu militancy and Hindu suppression.
The assassination of Mahatma Gandhi was a heinous act, and no.
Because I tell you, because that was one of the things that most of the media thinks as an evidence.
Well, this is done by a sick mind in India, and I do not want to respond to the sick crimes that has been committed by Hindus in different parts of the world. But they form a very minority. The Hindus in general do not support any kind of violence. In a very rare situations to defend themselves.
But let me ask you then how they can basically put up a fight. For example, a Bangladeshi Hindus, even they don't get any government support or any support in their fight against, that the way their lands and everything is confiscated is just amazing. So how do you think they can survive?
There are population groups who are subjected to extreme violence, discrimination, harassment, like what is happening to the Hindus of Bangladesh. And it is important for Hindus around the world to understand that and put pressure on their governments so that the Bangladesh government ultimately will have to act upon the protection of Hindus in Bangladesh. No other government outside of Bangladesh can effectively deal with the criminal activities being committed against the Bangladeshi Hindus. It is not practical. Hindus in every country needs to be protected, including Bangladesh. And one of the things that we as U.S. Hindu Alliance is working on is to make sure that Bangladesh as a government make sure they protect the rights of Hindus.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.